Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All, the series in where I profess to you my absolute genius when it comes to being a political analyst. And yeah, we're fucked. Alright, so this is something interesting, and this came out this morning, and I felt like I'd peg it on here. And this is super interesting because it shows kind of like we are entering a new society. And people are still having a conversation about how the coronavirus is going to reshape society. But that conversation doesn't mean anything because the coronavirus has already reshaped society. And I've got some highlights in this article here that will basically explain what I mean by that. Obviously, looking at this data point here, holy shit, right? Like, wow. So, April's retail sales are down 21.6% compared to April 2019. So, like, adjusting that for, like, the season, you know, I think that's what that is. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry. This is the thing. Is like, I'm pretty sure retail is just, like, all, like, in-person shopping. So the thing here is people are less likely to go out and buy things from stores because stores are closed. And they're more likely to buy things online. And I covered the Jeff Bezos kind of like story. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. And because of this pandemic, the rich are getting richer. Jeff Bezos, because he owns Amazon, here I'll scroll down a bit. Because Jeff Bezos owns Amazon, all this money that's being sapped out of the retail industry is being gobbled up by Jeff Bezos and the people that work at Amazon. Excluding autos, the overall drop in retail sales was even steeper. So this is excluding, I presume, car parts and cars and auto stuff. 17.2% compared to, what was it? 16.4%. Including autos. And many Americans are putting big purchases like cars on the back burner. Particularly weak were sales at clothing and accessories stores, which were down a whopping 78.8% from the prior month and 89.3% year over year in April. Now that is devastating. And of course, it goes on to mention that a lot of companies like JCPenney are filing for bankruptcy. And like, this is the thing, is like, this is a great restructuring of society. You know, mom and pop shops, those will not exist in 10 to 15 years from now. Like, these small, like, assuming this is the pace that we stay at, these small businesses, you know, like local convenience stores, all this kind of stuff, these are not going to exist anymore. We are going to be turning into a future sci-fi cyberpunk world where like 10 corporations own literally everything, and it is fast approaching. Like, imagine playing Monopoly, right? Except you own Baltic Avenue, and so the other player owns literally everything else. And instead of getting $200 when you pass Go, you pay $200, and those are your taxes. So imagine playing Monopoly in that context, except that's just real life, and that's just how we're all living. Online sales grew by 8.4% between March and April, as online shopping for essentials continues to boost companies like Amazon. And that's the important thing here, is the people that are and this is one of the things, is like, this is all a fixable problem with the government. The government could step in and fix all these problems, tax billionaires, right? Take that money, invest it into small businesses. You know, they did this whole small business thing, but it turns out, like, I think it was like only 3% of the people that actually got the program were actually genuinely small businesses. I think it was actually 3% of eligible small businesses actually got them, because of like loopholes and roundabouts and like filing things. But it's also, you have like Citibank getting small business loans because, oh, we work with small businesses, and then they get all these no interest loans. They're throwing it into the stock market because it's basically printing money. If someone gives you $10,000 and says, all right, pay me back $10,000 in 5 years from now, no interest, and it's like, all right, I'll just throw that $10,000 into the stock market. Me personally, I'd put it into Bitcoin or something, and then I'll pay you back the $10,000, and then keep the $70,000 that I got from pumping my own fucking dick full of stocks. You know what I mean? And this is a great restructuring of society, and it's not going to be visible immediately, but it will be visible eventually. And this is the problem: if Donald Trump gets reelected, we as a society are doomed. And it's one of those situations where I can't foresee a way out of this for any poor and vulnerable person if Donald Trump is reelected. I really can't. I really fucking can't. And this, I don't know, man. This article stipulates that the numbers may go up because states are reopening, but a majority of Americans, they're not ready to go outside. Like, my state has partially reopened, and I went to Walmart the other day with the family to get, groceries and stuff that we needed, and I was horrified by what I saw. I saw like 200 people with no masks on, no social distancing whatsoever. There are signs all over the place for social distancing, but no one's following them. And I saw like maybe 5 people with masks on, and like 4 of them didn't have it over their nose or were holding it under their chin, and their mouth and nose were exposed, so it was just like an accessory to them. And it's like, at that point, I'm never going outside again. I'm not going outside again. What, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Like I am less likely to go outside knowing that all these dumb motherfuckers are out there pretending like nothing's happening. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's over for society in the United States. We had a decent run. There were like 3 or 4 years somewhere in there where things weren't that bad. But, like, it's over. Like, it is over. Right? This is such a disaster. It really is. It really is. Like, trying to understand how much of a disaster this is, because it's just monopolization. Like, it's not that I care deeply about JCPenney and shit, but it's like all the fact that these businesses are going to continue to exist. The problem is that they're going to be furthering their, monopolization. So like what used to be run by 12 different companies, the market used to be cornered by 12 different companies. Now it's going to be 6. 10 years from now, at this pace, if Trump's get reelected, 10 years from now, we'll be seeing, just Amazon controlling the world. That's totally possible. Who knows? I don't know. Again, teetering on the eternal balance. Should I just give up with life? Or should I keep trying? It's getting a lot more difficult to keep trying. But stick in there, y'all. Because, at least I'm going to make some fun YouTube videos, right? Tell your friends. Give me money on Patreon. Give me money on Patreon, please. 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 I've been getting some new patrons now that I've been asking for money. Normally I don't do that because, it's not really my style. But fuck that, because I've actually been getting money. This is working. So when I do this, right, like, when I do this whole give me money thing, and you're like, oh, Andrea's doing the give me money thing. Oh, I'm going to turn the video off now. Guess what? Not everyone's doing that. People are actually giving me money. You can be one of them. I will do something with my Patreon that's not video game exclusive at some point. But we'll see. Yeah, we're fucked. But give me money. Give me your Corona bucks. Like that pastor who was like, give me your Corona bucks and go and give it to God. And then he got like $300,000. That can be me. When Nancy Pelosi gives you your second Corona check, like, and her name's going to be signed on it, Chuck Schumer's going to be like, oh, this time it's okay, right? And then Nancy Pelosi's going to give you the Pelosi bucks. Straight to me. Maybe buy yourself like a meme game. So give me like 11 $140 and then spend $60 on like Halo the Master Chief Collection. And then you can play online with me while giving me money on Patreon. Because here's the thing. If you give me $1,100, right? Hey, I'll play a few matches online with you. Let's like add me on Steam, bro. You know what I mean? So anyway, thank you for watching today's Above It All videos. And if you didn't watch all of them, go check it out. I'm doing 5 every weekday. I may slow the pace on weekends. I'm kind of like, I don't really take days off. You know, I notice almost every other YouTuber I follow has days off. And I don't do that. I don't know. My schedule, like even when I was a streamer, way back in the day, I would do like 16 hours a day. And then my day off would be, I would do like 14 hours a day of live streaming. And I don't do that anymore. I do like maybe, 4 or 5 hours of video production a day. But video production makes me sound so fucking fancy. But I still like to do this. This is, it's one of those things where it's like it's my hobby and I like doing it. So it's not like it's work to me. So I don't really feel necessarily the need to take a day off or two. But I might do it on the weekends, just, save some stuff for the weekday schedule. And I also don't want to spam too much out there. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like, my channel is just like basically a television station. Like there's just something on almost all the time for you to check out. So, I mean, I kind of like that. But it makes it hard to like kind of point back at videos. So I'm going to have the end screen pop up right here. And then you're going to be seeing like, look at all those videos. Like they're over there. You can just click on those. And then that's another video that I've created. Like I have spent time and energy to construct this, and you can watch it. Like it's literally the end screen is right there. So just go click on one. It's not hard.